Good afternoon, New Orleans District. This is Colonel Murphy again, and we're coming at you for another virtual town hall. This one is not live because we've had some significant challenges over the past few weeks, as many of you have experienced, and the message is too important now with the big change we have coming up, so I wanted to make sure that we get this out to the widest audience. So we're taping it, and you'll see this hopefully via a link on an email as well as a text. But why is it important? Well, we're looking at a big change. For the last 10 weeks, we've been at COVID-19 phase 0, which is mass telework. The majority of you have been working from home and continuing to deliver on our multi-billion-dollar program. Many of you, especially our field and project sites, the Dredge Wheeler, you've been continuing your shift work and doing great stuff that has ensured that we deliver on our navigation and flood risk management mission. So a special thank you to you folks. But today we're addressing really the employees that are coming in primarily at the district office and what we are doing to facilitate the shift from phase 0 mass telework into phase 1, which we're calling a slow opening. And why are we calling it a slow opening? We're calling it slow opening because the conditions are set. Really, we're keying off the state that are allowing us to transition some people back into work. Phase 1 slow opening is really geared at the ready and willing. Those employees who are currently on mass telework but who are ready and willing to come back to work. And how can we do that? Well, we have set the conditions that have allowed us to mitigate risks. So on the 15th of May, the governor pulled the stay-at-home order, allowing people out, allowing businesses to return to work, select businesses with some restrictions. One of those restrictions is a 25% occupancy rule. So this is one of the risk mitigation factors. Well, as we're looking at transitioning into phase 1 this coming Tuesday, where the ready and willing employees come back to work, I want to tell you about here's how we're preparing for that, and here's what that means for you. So first of all, the building has been cleaned twice already by our janitorial crew, who has continued to work throughout this whole COVID-19 response. So while many have been on telework, our janitorial crew has been coming in every work day and wiping down services, wiping down elevators, so a special thanks to them. But the building has been cleaned twice in the last 10 weeks, every surface, in addition to what occurs on a daily basis. On top of that, this Saturday, we're doing what's called a misting to disinfectant mist in every facility on the New Orleans campus here on Leake Avenue. So please don't come into work on Saturday. So what does that mean? On the 26th, ready and willing employees can come to work. No one is forced to come into work. If you're not sure if you should come into work, you should talk to your supervisor. But I want to tell you, hey, what does this look like for you if you are coming in? And I would ask, as I go through this, just remember all these phases. So phase 1, slow opening. Phase 2, which is bringing even more people back to work. All of these are conditions based. And this phase 1, this slow opening, we anticipate being this way, just ready and willing employees until mid-August. And mid-August is when we anticipate that the state will open schools and daycares, which will allow those families who are having to stay home to take care of their elderly, take care of the children, being able to come back to work. But again, we think mid-August, we don't know for sure. So we plan on being in phase 1 until then. So what does phase 1 look like? So we have ready and willing employees coming into work on Tuesday. And so here is a life in the day of an employee, and I'll describe it. So you get in your car, you'll come into work. Again, variable work schedule, flexible work schedule, but the feedback we've gotten from surveys and from the corporate board, our senior leaders, is that in general people want to maintain the same hours. So what you're going to see is you're going to drive up. There's only going to be one entrance open. That's the south entrance. That's the one closest to the daycare. So you'll come up the entrance, and same as always, you can see the security guard. He'll be in a mask. You'll hold your card out your window, ask you to wear your mask when you do it, and he's going to scan your he's going to scan your card. He's not going to take your card from you. He's not going to touch it. He's going to reach out. Once you get scanned, you're going to go left. We've changed the traffic pattern. Normally you'd get scanned and you just come straight up, and those of you who work in the district office would work to the right. And if you worked in the warehouse, you'd go left. Now you're going to go hard left. And we have a traffic pattern that looks like this. You can see one is where you're coming down Link Avenue and you turn into the security checkpoint. You'll have your CAC checked, and then where you follow those green arrows, you're going to take a left and come around and do a loop. We're doing that same as if there was a train blocking the tracks to keep people from stacking up on Lake Avenue. So you'll come around and you see the number 2, that's the temperature scan. Again, we're trying to mitigate the risk of any infected employee, any sick employee coming on campus and increasing risk to other employees. So you'll pull up under the awning at the Child Care Center, and a contracted medical employee will come out with a touchless thermometer. He'll have a mask on, he'll have gloves on, you'll roll down your window, you'll stay in your car, and he will ask, do you have any COVID-19 symptoms, and may I take your temperature? Your answer should be, no, I don't. If you say yes, he's going to ask you to turn around and leave. You won't be allowed access to the facility for the sake of all the other employees. But he'll scan your temperature. If it's 100.4 degrees or less, thank you for the feedback that told me I said 104 on the last video. It's 100.4. But he'll scan your temperature without touching you. And if you pass, he will give you a bracelet. Today's color is a lime green. It's a different color for every day. You'll put your bracelet on and you'll drive into the parking lot or go wherever you're working. Key difference this time. So during phase 0, we only had one entrance open. That was a central entrance, and that was just to keep track of who was coming in the building. We don't want all employees coming back to work coming into one entrance, so we've opened up the 3 front entrances. But you need to use your CAC card to CAC into the building. I'd ask you, please don't tailgate. But when you come into the building, you're going to find some signs. One of the first signs is a welcome back sign, because we really are excited to start bringing employees back. As we've seen the COVID-19 risk mitigation here in the state of Louisiana effective, death rates are down, infection rates are way down. We're excited to have you back. And while it's only about 1 in 5 employees, 20%, coming back here in the district office, we're still excited to see you. We look forward to seeing many, many more of you. So you'll see signs that say, hey, make sure you wear your mask. Golden rule is when you get out of your car, you should put on your mask and have your CAC. You'll need your CAC to get in the building and your mask on. You will have to wear your mask when you are away from your desk. So if you get up to go to the bathroom, you need to have your mask on. If you get up to go talk to another employee that you need to do business with, you need to have your mask on. So you have to wear your mask. Okay, so you come in the building, you'll see signs that will instruct you. There will be signs for the elevator. There's max occupancy of 2. So you have your mask on, you get in the elevator, you walk to your desk. What you'll find is every employee in the district office is going to have their own mask. You should have at least 2 masks waiting for you at your desk or from your supervisor, and you will have hand sanitizer. So you get to your workstation, you log in. One concern we've gotten from employees is, what if I work at one of the new lower cubicles? Right now, we're still bringing employees in, and I'm going to show you. Actually, if you look at the screen behind you, the level of detail that we have gotten to ensure that we are maximizing social distancing is what you see behind us. This is a portion of the building. It might be a little hard to see the walls, but I hope you can see the red and green dots. Every division chief had to brief me on a plan that showed, hey, here's how I'm ensuring social distancing for these employees that want to come back to work. We have about 43% of the employees that want to come back. Red dots are, hey, here's where people that we aren't bringing in. Green dots are people we're bringing in, but we can keep them socially distanced from each other. So for every seat in the building, I have a warm fuzzy, as we say in the Army, that employees are not stacked on each other, that they're easily 6 feet apart. For those of you who sit at the lower cubicles, we've got division chiefs right now trying to figure out how we can get some plexiglass raised additions to further the separation. So you're working at your desk and it's time for lunch. Is the cafeteria going to be open? The cafeteria will be open for takeout food. The circulation is different, so make sure you look at the tape on the floor as you go down. But again, to ensure maximum social distancing, You can go through, you'll maintain your 6-foot distance, you'll be able to pick up takeout, and then you can take it back to your desk to eat it. I authorize eating at the desk for this during the COVID-19 crisis. So you finish eating lunch at your desk, you need to print something. Every division will have cleaning supplies available. So if you go to use the network printer, there should be wipes or spray or something to be able to wipe the printer down as you finish. Everybody has to use the bathroom eventually. You go to the bathroom. We ask that if there's a large number of people in there that you wait outside until you can go in comfortably and maintain social distancing. And then at the end of the day, as you're ready, you use those cleaning supplies that we're providing employees, you wipe down your space, and you leave. What we've seen is extreme flexibility with the division chiefs. I couldn't be more proud of our team. We have some teams that are coming in on Monday, Wednesday, some that are coming on Tuesday, Thursday, some that are rotating the different days, but all of them are maximizing social distancing and ensuring that we can still get after our mission. So that's what a day in the life of an employee looks like as we transition into phase 1. For those of you who will remain teleworking, no major changes. You'll still attend your meetings virtually. I'd like Mark here, especially as our lead civilian, to give us some of his perspective on how he sees phase 1 going. Mark?
Thank you, sir. That was a really good laydown to everyone what to expect. I'm probably going to reinforce a number of items that Colonel Murphy spoke about, but why is there a phase 1? Why is it a soft start, and how does it impact me specifically? Well, as Colonel Murphy mentioned, the stay-at-home order has been lifted by the governor. You know, it wasn't too long ago, New Orleans was a national hotspot when it comes to COVID-19. Some good news, just within the last several days, we've had no COVID-19 deaths in the state of Louisiana. But you know, at the same time, we have to continue to deliver our execution mission of the New Orleans district. And we've been doing quite a good job at that through the mass teleworking. But we've got to return to some type of normalcy, and I think phase 1 gives us that new normal. From a delivery standpoint also, there are just some things that we can do better in a face-to-face climate. So again, the importance of bringing people back into this building. I certainly view this as a start. It's not the end. It is a start, and we're going to learn a lot during phase 1, and it will certainly inform us how we move into phase 2 and subsequent phases. Will there be challenges? Will we learn items? Will there be glitches? I fully anticipate that. And we're going to need your help to bring that to your supervisor, who can bring it to the command chain, and we will get after any of those challenges. As always, communication is key. Our door is always open to listen. But you know, today now, our doors are actually open so we don't have to touch them as often, and we can walk in and out of spaces in a cleaner and safer environment. So what are some of those items that you should expect when you return to work? I would anticipate some delays getting into the gates. Just be flexible. Understand we're all working through this new normal together. So just anticipate and remain flexible. As Colonel Murphy mentioned, when you come into the building, be prepared to come in through the front of the building. You will have to CAC in. And so that is so we can have good accountability of who is in this building. One positive is you should anticipate ample parking within the district footprint. One thing, please keep in mind, when you enter the building, you need to wear a face mask. And if you do not have that face mask or other materials, please get in touch with your supervisor before you return to work, if in fact you're in this phase 1 category. Wear your mask when you're at your workstation. Wear your mask when you leave your workstation. While it's not required at your workstation, it is suggested. But please, when you leave your workstation, remember to use your mask. Expect a limited number of people in the building, as Colonel Murphy has mentioned. Expect a limited number of meetings, especially face-to-face meetings and contact will be limited. You're also going to see a limited use of conference rooms. That's going to be limited to just select conference rooms with a maximum number of people allowed within those rooms. Continue the use of technology to communicate, whether it's by phone or Skype or WebEx or whatever new tools might be available to us shortly. That's even the case with in-house team members. Expect that we're going to have no visitors to this building during phase 1 as well. I'll reinforce, this building has been cleaned. It's going to go through an intense cleaning again this weekend before phase one kicks off. I venture to say that this building's probably cleaner than other public facilities such as grocery stores, etc. So please feel comforted that your team has done as much as we can to keep this building safe. And I think I'll wrap up by saying, please keep you and your teammate safe. Let's wipe down and wash up and take those extra preventive measures. Thank you, Colonel.
No, so I want to finish up by saying thank you for all you guys have been doing to keep pushing after our mission. We have a massive mission. We've done our second project, our district week, where we do all our project reviews, and we're continuing. And a lot of that is because you guys are continuing to push in this different environment. So I'll close by saying we are moving into a Memorial Day weekend, into the Memorial Day weekend. And we'll celebrate Memorial Day different than we've ever celebrated before as a nation. Memorial Day is a holiday where we honor those who have fallen, who have paid the ultimate price so that we can have the freedoms we have. And while you may not be able to go to parades or go to special services or speeches, what I would ask is that on Monday at 3 p.m., you honor those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice with others at 3 p.m. but with a national moment of silence. So at 3 p.m. on Monday, just take a moment of silence and say a special thanks for those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice. That's one way for General Toy to say thank you and to try to take care of people. He has also authorized a 59-minute rule for tomorrow, which is Friday. So thank you for all you do. Please send in your questions and your suggestions, and I hope you have a great weekend. This is Colonel Murphy, out.